Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be unboxing issues 32, 33 and 34 of the Imperium magazine. Here we go, here's all three of the issues that we're going to go through in today's video, and if you're wondering where issue 31 is, I did a separate video of that because I really like the terrain and wanted to focus on it, so that's already up on the channel. But now we'll go through each of these three magazines, we'll have a look at all the contents, check out the sprues, then I'll get them all built at the end of the video so you can see what it's like when it's put together. So let's do issue 32 first, and here we go. This one is going to include the Cataphrone Destroyer for the Adeptus Mechanicus. And this is the first of three that we're going to get in the Imperium collection. So we get this one now, and I believe in the next four issues, or is it the one after that, we're going to get two more of these to have a unit of three altogether. So let's get started going through issue 32. And here we're going to get my favourite part of the magazines, where it talks about all the different weapons and the different components of the model. And so here we're going to focus on the Cataphrone Destroyer that's included in the issue, and it tells you about the track mobility and all the other parts of it. And then you've got a nice little bit here so you can keep a battle record of everything that the model does. And then we've got lots to read about with the Imperium, so we can learn a bit more about the AdMech here, so we can figure out what the different models do and how the different units will work in the game. So that's really good. Nice bit of background. Again, the how to build sections are fantastic in the Imperium collection. Really impressed with how clear these are and how well put together they are. So yeah, this is a really nice section of how to build it. Nice easy model, a little bit fiddly on some parts. You have to be a little bit careful with them, especially the flamethrower, to make sure it doesn't snap. And then an equally good, or perhaps even better, how to paint section, going through all the paints we've already got in the collection to get us to the final gallery stage that you can see here. And then it tells us that we do have those two more destroyers to come, so we can build a unit of three. Now we're on to the playthrough and the rules, so we're going to get a little tutorial. We've got a data sheet for the Cataphrone Destroyer, so that's really good. And here are the models that are going to take part, so it tells you what to use. And then just a bit more explanation for the Plasma Culverin and the Grav Cannon, the different weapon options you can have for the model. And then we're going to look at this Scout mission, so it's going to give you everything you need here to set up and play the game. And then finally on the back we're going to see the models for the next two issues. So these are the ones we're going to go through in this video, issue 33 and 34. Here's a close-up of the sprue, and here's that weapon. Looks awesome, so that's going to be good. But I must admit, this is probably the first model, or it is the first model for this whole collection that I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of this. My son likes it though, so that's cool. We're definitely going to use it when we play some different games. We were talking about doing a small combat patrol with the 300 or so points of AdMech we're going to get, and then maybe link them up with some Tempesta Scions who fly in to give them some backup if they come across some Necrons. But back to the sprue, we also get this nice big 65mm base as well. Now we're on to issue 33, and here we're going to get two pots of paint and then lots to read as well, so a lot of lore included in this one. It's always a bit disappointing to get the paints because the models are so cool, but it does even out throughout the whole collection. We've also got a little pull out with a bit more info there. So let's get started. This is going to be focusing on shading in the paint section in this week's issue. And so here we've got some orders from the Forge world, so we can have some mission goal generators. And then we're going to be learning about the Necrons, and again an awakened strategy generator there. So all these little bits add up to make the game interesting. And then we're going to start reading about some orcs, so that's really cool. I'm loving orcs at the moment. I've played against them a couple of times the past few weeks, and they've been really fun to play against. So yeah, I think the orcs are definitely on the horizon for the channel once I get the Astra Militarum ready. Nice paint guide. So now we've got these two shades. This is going to focus on various models in the collection, and then some we've painted using the paints previously. Maybe we can now start adding shade to them and bring them to life a little bit more. So this is really cool. So if you're doing it in stages, this is where you would do the shading. Then we're going to get data sheets for the Technomancer and flayed ones we got for the Necrons earlier on. Another tutorial, and we're going to start getting all the basic rules included now. So we're seeing how to do the moving over terrain and things like that. And then we've got the Besieged Scout mission as another mission to play with our models. And then, as normal, on the back, we're going to see in issue 34 and 35 the models to come. And that Tech Priest Engine Seer is coming real soon, so can't wait for that model. Then we've got a little pull-out The Horrors of Chaos. So this is again a nice introduction, some really nice photography and artwork. I mean, this is fantastic. It just looks great. Sometimes you can overlook how good the artwork is in this collection with all the reading, but a great way to learn about the demons of chaos here. So really good. And let's open it up this way so you can see you've got Khorne, Tzeentch, Nurgle and Slaanesh there. So yeah, really nice images and a great and interesting pull out to add to the collection. And I always forget the covers as well. The covers of these have some fantastic artwork. Let's have a close-up look at the two shades. So we're going to get the first one is Reichland Flesh. I'll just get that to focus. There we go. Reichland Flesh shade and Cryptek Armor Shade Gloss. So these are going to be really useful, not just for this collection, but other models I'm painting as well. Now we're on to issue 34, and this is another good one. I think to get this big chunky terrain piece is really fun, and so this is going to go alongside the terrain we got in issue 31. And look at that artwork on the cover, really nice, but that model is looking good. We'll have a look at that once we've gone through the magazine. So we're going to learn about the Imperial Fist chapter, and then do some building and painting again for the terrain. So here we are, we've got some more AdMech info with the Legio Cybernetica, and then the Imperial Fists. We start learning about different chapters of the Space Marines. Maybe you don't want to paint them as Ultramarines if you haven't started already. No reason why you couldn't do something completely different. Nice how to build section, really easy for this terrain. And then how to paint in their style. And this is a nice way to get it done. Really quick and easy, not many stages involved. And you can use all the paints that have been included so far in the collection to get you up to this final gallery stage. Then we've got the Primaris Captain's data sheet. We had him really early on in the collection, and another tutorial looking at some core rules now. We're on to transports, so that's going to be good to learn about how to embark and disembark. And then we're looking at aircraft, and this is a really nice model, a really nice Necron flyer there. Then the psychic phase, so we're getting lots of these rules. Now these are all taken from the free PDF that you can get online, but nice to have them printed out in this good quality to keep as a little collectible bit to use in your games, because that comes in really handy. And then you've got a sabotage scout mission. And then finally, 35 is that tech priest. But look at this guy, the Necron Tombblade in issue 36. That looks like a really nice model. And again, I think we're going to get more than one of those in the collection. Now let's have a close-up look at the sprue then. So this is our second big terrain piece, and this is going to go alongside that one from issue 31. Really nice details, great textures, and I think painting it like they've done is a good way to go. But me and my son are thinking to do all this in a nice red colour. So that Khorne red almost throughout the whole model might be a good way to go for this. And then with a bit of dry brushing, it'll soon bring it to life. That's the contents of the magazines, close-up look at the sprues. So now I'll go and get this built and you can see it all put together. And here we go. Not many models to build this time, but still pretty good to have this extra chunky piece of terrain. And with these two bits, you can make them like this, so you can position them as one largest like rectangle, or you can even use them with the other terrain pieces from issue 31 to make a really large section of terrain here. Not much to talk about the paints, but always nice to get extra shades. And I've been looking at that Reichland Flesh shade for a while, but never bought it. So I can't wait to give that a try on some of the models. And then there's the Cataphan Destroyer. So although I don't like the model overall, I think the components are fantastic. The tracks, the details they've gone into here are really nice. That's come out really well. And the two weapon choices, the Flamer and Plasma, are really good with some nice features throughout with the skulls and iconography across it. So yeah, really nicely done, but just not the kind of model I like to play with. When you've built this model, you'll get quite a few bits left over on the sprue too, so you've got some different weapon options, or you can just keep it in your bits box to use for some kit bashing later on. So that's everything built from 32, 33 and 34, and I put it alongside the terrain from 31 as well, just to show you what came in the delivery last time. So can't wait for the next lot, some really interesting models on the way. And I'd love to know what you think about the collection so far. And do you like this Cataphan Destroyer? Is this something you would like to add to your collection? Let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks so much for watching. If you did like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.